Jenny, I was cleaning the condo and I found these glasses. Why do we have these?
Oh yeah, I got it at a yard sale like years ago. I think the dude was like a doctor or professor or president. I don't remember. Supposedly you could read minds with it.
Shockingly, I don't believe you.
You should put them on.
Yeah, whatever. I guess I will. What the f?
What did you see? Yes, I know. I missed October and Halloween. And this is mostly a Halloween and horror-based channel. Forgive me. I really did have big plans for this channel this past October, but unfortunately, every time I thought I'd have a spare weekend or some time after work, something would happen in my life and I'd have to keep putting it on the back burner. And now we're on the tail end of November. However, it looks like my schedule is finally winding down to the point where it looks like I should be able to post more videos like I used to. No promises though. I probably just jinxed myself. That being said, I want to talk about the Telco company and their wonderful little animatronics. And I wanted to talk about these little guys for a while. See, but the only animatronics my family owned kind of vanished, so I had to wait until I could afford to replace them. As of this taping, I bought the witch, but she hasn't showed up yet, and she's coming from a different country, so she probably won't show up until well into December, and I didn't want to put this video off any longer. After I had collected a few, I decided to do some research on the company who made them. And it's actually kind of crazy that even though these Telco animatronics are very popular amongst horror and Halloween collectors, there's not a whole lot of information about the company online. I did manage to find a blog post about the company, which is where I'll be pulling most of my information, so I'll post it down below if you're interested. It's a pretty decent read. Telco started pumping out these animatronics, which they refer to as motionettes, in the 80s. They were really popular for the time, and some of you might actually have memories of these old Santa and Mrs. Claus. My grandma owned these two, I think. It's been a while since I've seen them, which us kids promptly broke by holding their arms while they were moving. We were little assholes. From what I understand, they started in Christmas and then moved their way to Halloween. Telco first released a set of a witch, a scarecrow, and a ghost around 1987 in Woolworth and Kmart. I actually thought this one I own was the Telco ghost, but it has no company marking, so it's probably just a knockoff. This is what the Telco ghosts actually look like. Those are way cooler, by the way. My poor ghost is so dorky. They became so popular that they actually got a license for Universal Studios. I own the Wolfman. They also released Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, and the creature from the Black Lagoon. The latter is the one I want most because he was always my favorite Universal monster. Eventually they became more ambitious and created characters that did more than just rock back and forth or move their arms. They released two last Motionettes who had pretty unique motion. There was a witch that rose from the cauldron and a Grim Reaper who talks and stands.
I am the Grim Reaper. I'll get you.
I have the Grim Reaper, and I think he might be the coolest animatronic they created. And don't quote me on this, but from what I could tell, it looks like these were the last figures released. They had some unnamed issues with their factories in the late 90s, early 2000s, and unfortunately, Telco eventually folded. Hey, at least we got what we got. I honestly wish someone would re-release them. They go for some outrageous prices online, and as cool as some of them are, I am not paying no $1,000 hairs for them. As always, thank you so much for watching, thank you for being patient with me, and I'll see you next time.
Costumes from $1.83 to $3.99, like $6 Million Man, Bionic Woman, superheroes, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and a new favorite for girls, Holly Hobby.